Well, and then I had the idea to just record this and upload it later. So, welcome to TMI Not Live number 1, which should be TMI Live number 10. This is getting confusing. Anyway, this is where every week I bring you into the library of Eric McLuhan as I inventory his 6,000 or so books. I'm doing it anyway and bringing you along for the ride because it's nice to have company. Haha. Anyway, yeah, because of technical difficulties, I don't know if it's on my end or YouTube's end or whatever, it wasn't happening. So rather than just not do anything, I thought I would record and then try to upload it later from a better internet connection, and hopefully that will work. And let's get back to work here then. So you can look at previous episodes to find out the details of what I'm doing. I won't rehash it. Sure I will. Basically, I'm doing an inventory of Eric McLuhan's books. That includes making a note of the publication data, title, author, publisher, date, condition. But more importantly, I'm making a note of annotations, things included in the book, notes, clippings, random mementos, in order to create a document to get a sense of what's in the library for now, and then going forward for other people to look up, or for myself later, should I not always have this library, because who knows. I put up on our Instagram, McLuhan Institute Instagram, a picture of this book, Over the Back Fence by Alva Wood, a collection of columns as published in the Calendar newspaper, Lake Country, BC, 2002, which has this inscription in it, which says, "To my dearest Eric, I'll never forget that night, ! Love, Alva, XOXOX. Saucy. And there's the saucy lass there, Miss Alva Wood. TMI, right? More than a son needs to know. Anyway, I've already, have I? No, I haven't entered that. Okay, so that's where we are. It's a paperback. It is in good condition. Ooh, print on demand. Okay. Lake Country, BC. Interior print on demand services. Lake Country, BC. Oh. Enterprising. And so then I flip through and see if there are any notes. And I pay special attention to the inside back cover where there's usually some notes. And there aren't. I have no idea who Alva Wood was, or what she might have, how Dad might have known her. Maybe she's just funny and writes that sort of thing to everybody. I don't know. Moving on. Here we have a book with a paper cover affixed to it. It's The French Cat. Is this oh, it's kind of folded up neatly so that it slips over and protects the cover, which is nice. It's The French Cat by Cine. And Uncle Mike, if you're watching, that's your little name there, Michael McLuhan. A young Michael McLuhan put his mark in here in 1958. I'll put some pictures of this up on the Instagram because it's kind of cute. And I've moved down a shelf. I'm now on 4B. The French Cat. This is a cute little book. Cine. I don't know who Cine is. I'm sure it's a known illustrator from the 50s. It's a paperback, kind of. It's in okay condition. New York, Simon Schuster. '58. Now, it's really cute. There's cats, holy cats. Ooh. The spine is kind of broken and it's been taped together. Anyway, they're kind of jokes, puns, illustrations. It's hard to tell you because the spine's broken. Caterpillar. Oh, Marshall loved this kind of stuff. My dad too. Eric, and maybe Michael got a laugh out of it. Catalyst, wild cat. Anyway, there aren't any annotations, but what there is in the bottom corner, if you can make that out, is a number, and that number is 28. And that indicates that's a shelf number. Let's see if there's anything under here. Just bio of the author, price $1. 28 is shelf 28, and that is a library note for Marshall's library. So this was one of Marshall's books, or Marshall appropriated it from Michael, or Michael took it from Marshall, or I don't know. Anyway, we have shelf 28. Just put in 28. That's enough. I'll go on and add shelf 28 in Marshall McLuhan's library. One of the things I did when I inventoried Marshall's library those years ago was I made a note of when I caught on to that's what was happening, or maybe Dad explained it to me. I tried to make a note with the volumes where there was a shelf notation to give someone an indication of. I think that was an important annotation anyway, because I know from Eric's library that the way that Marshall and Eric classified their books and put them together in relation to one another was oftentimes important. So having a record of that is helpful. Plus, I had the grand idea that one day you could virtually recreate the library, and way beyond my technical abilities. I gotta say, it's odd to be recording this and not doing it live. I've gotten used to doing the live thing, so now it's really strange that, when I'm doing it live, I see a little number up in the corner here that indicates that 2 people, 3 people are watching, and that's, something. Now nobody's watching this, but now you're watching this, so what does it mean? I don't know. Anyway, it's weirding me a little bit, but let's carry on. Maybe we'll make this a short one, because I'm freaking myself out here. 4B, we have a French-English dictionary here. Sestre Gibion. Dictionnaire. It's a nice little. Oh, this is one of Corinne's books. Grandma. Hi, Grandma. Can you see it in the picture? Above my head there, you can't really see. Again, maybe I'll put that up on the Instagram. There's a picture of Marshall and Corinne McLuhan dancing. And I was going to actually get over there. Here she is, this lady here, my office companion. I try not to spend too much time looking at her. Miss Facepalm over there, she seems eternally sighing, but it's a sigh of contentment. She seems content. Never mind the content. So, matter at hand, man, this is distracting me. Freaking myself out. This is exciting stuff here. Of course, there's not going to be an author. It's from Paris. The Odyssey Press, New York. That's kind of cool. It's a very small book. It's in fair condition. I always like to see a press I haven't seen before. I don't know why. Do I have a year? I should have a year. Printed in the USA. And the binding is a little fragile. This has got to be the most exciting YouTube series ever conceived. So there's absolutely no sign of a date, but I would date it if I had to at 1930, 40, somewhere in there. Oh, it's unfortunately not in great condition. I'm going to downgrade that fair condition to poor. But we're going to keep it because we keep everything. No. Make a couple notes there. Anyway, I'll give you a close-up look. There we go. There's the lovely Corinne's signature. Not signature, name. That's a pretty little book. As much as I joke about how boring this is, it can sometimes be somewhat exciting, if only to me and like a handful of you weird people out there who get off on either books or McLuhan books or both. You know, books are a very, very important part of the McLuhan story. Maybe that's an obvious statement, but it's deeper than the obvious. Livre de lecteur. Sorry for my French pronunciation. It's awful, I know. Helen B. St. John. St. John. Hardcover. This one is actually in fairly good condition. Ooh. Macmillan Company. I laughed because it says authorized in Alberta. It's from the Ontario Board of Education, 1947. College of Education, sorry. 1947. And that's weird. It has my dad's name in it here several times over. Interesting. Eric McLuhan. I'll tell you why this is interesting in a second. Just let me get this stuff down. 29 Wells Hill Avenue, Toronto, Ontario, WA -1-7096 is the number. Just to finish, I don't really expect. Yeah, okay. So this is cool. This is actually slightly thrilling, or interesting anyway. Okay, so this is a French reader for high schools by Helen B. St. John, Ontario College of Education, revised, authorized in Alberta, printed in Toronto, 1947. Interesting because here we have William Clemens Jr., a stamp, University of Notre Dame, South Bend, Indiana. Kind of random. And then we have several signatures of Eric McLuhan, and this is neat because I haven't seen, this is young Eric, high school, so I guess this was when he was in high school, and that would have been De La Salle in Toronto, which apparently he did not do. As I was saying, and I'm running out of storage on my phone here, Dad didn't do great at De La Salle in the early grades, which is funny because I did very poorly myself in high school in the early grades until I decided to do some work, and then I did fairly well. Anyway, a quick look at these. That signature at the top is kind of neat because it's almost proto of his later signature. And then we have one there. And the other interesting one. Oh yeah, that's also kind of cool because it has the St. Mary Street address. And then they moved to Wells Hill before moving to Witchwood Park. So anyway, I'm going to stop it there for now. Thanks for watching, not joining me, and hopefully see you next week. Ciao.